All right, I'm here with Shawn Jones, head coach, Broken Arrow, going into his 13th season. Coach, it came to my attention that you guys just have some unbelievable numbers in your program at Broken Arrow. Tell me a little bit about how many kids you got in your program on a year-to-year basis.
Roughly our seventh and eighth grade practice, and junior high and ninth grade through 12th grade practice with us. And right now, I mean, we're boasting around 150 kids a season, 7th through 12th.
Holy hell. So a couple questions come to mind. First of all, 150 kids. You know, there's programs around the country that are struggling to put 14 guys in a varsity lineup. You know, there's kids, you know, there's always attrition. The sport is hard. You know, kind of the new phrase right now is make wrestling fun. Clearly you must be doing that because you can only start so many kids. What's the secret sauce? What are you guys doing to keep 150 kids happy?
Well, we, in our junior high, which of course, 7th through 9th grade, we've got a varsity, of course. We've got a black team, we've got a white team. We try to wrestle 3 schedules. In our high school, we wrestle 2 varsity schedules. We've got our varsity schedule, and then literally our next 14 go and wrestle, albeit they're smaller tournaments here in Oklahoma, but they're against other people's varsities. And they've got, right now, we're allowed 26 points a year with tournament combination with the duels. My junior varsity is up to 20 points right now for their season next year. So literally, if you're not starting, you're going to have a full season anyway. And we think that's important for kids to participate. What we think is when it's your turn to step in the lineup, you've been wrestling on your own. You've wrestled almost just as much. You know, you've not went to the Ironman, you've not, but you've been wrestling. And our expectation level of you is to step right in and fill a spot.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand this right because it sounds really intriguing. Your varsity are wrestling in tournaments like Ironman, and I'm not saying these specifically, but the Geary, KC Stampede, tournaments of those kind of levels.
Right.
And then you have a B team, junior varsity, whatever you want to call it, and you guys, but that team, guys 15 through 28, they're wrestling against other schools' varsities and getting 20, 30, 40 matches a year?
Absolutely. We're real happy if we can get those guys at least 20 matches a year. And most of them get around 27 to 28. And we've just, as the years have gone by and as our participation numbers have went up, we knew that we've had to do something, and we're proud of the fact that we put those guys out there and they wrestle other varsity schools. You know, they literally have 4 tournaments that they go to that are Oklahoma varsity wrestling tournaments. 2 years back, we won 3 of them.
What? Your B team did?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So, as a guy on the outside looking in, it seems to me like you'd have to have an unbelievable commitment from your whole coaching staff and from your administration. Am I looking at that correctly?
Oh,
and how are you guys working together as a team to really grow wrestling at Broken Arrow?
Well, we've got 4 junior high coaches. And usually when the second and the third team go somewhere, 2 of the coaches go with them. And usually they're together.
Okay.
And 2 of the other guys are always with the varsity. On our high school level, we've got a guy by the name of Jason Stumbo that is specifically, he spends most of his year away from us with them, going to different tournaments, and we try to add one of those junior high coaches with him, so we've got 2 coaches at the tournament to be able to
cover everybody.
To cover everybody. And, you know, me and my brothers are all varsity, and that's where we go, and we've got a great staff. I mean, people talk about success, and I'm fortunate because our school system, I've got 2 NCAA All-Americans on my staff that are my brothers. My brother Rodney is a 3-time NCAA, he was a national runner-up at OU, and Biff was a Division II All-American.
At UCO, right?
At UCO, and wrestled at the University of Oklahoma. Actually went into the national tournament in Minnesota, seated 6th in the nation. Didn't place, but so fortunate for all of us to be there, and it's you know, I'm the one that probably get fired the first, you know, probably the first to get fired, but all of us are involved, and all of us have a significant part in what we do, and it's a 13th year at Broken Arrow. I'm the longest tenured coach in the history of Broken Arrow, which is a big deal. They usually get them, wipe them out, and run them off. But we've got a home, and we really love it, and we love the administration. They're very supportive, and it's just a great place to be right now.
Well, I think most coaches, if you look at the criteria for why you stay or go, it's obviously success. In high school, it's participation. It's running a good, clean program. I think you're checking all the boxes, Coach. And I mean, like you said, you put together a great staff. And I think, I talked to someone the other day that said some of the biggest donors in our sport were some of the worst wrestlers. They weren't winners. They weren't guys like yourself or your brothers, but they were guys that just appreciated the grind. They appreciated what wrestling taught them. They appreciated the relationships that it helped them build. And it sounds like you're really teaching those lessons to those young men that are on your B team, on your JV, and in your junior high.
And that's everybody's significant. And I know there's a part of the season where you feel less significant because we get into the dual state, regional state time period, and basically those guys' seasons are done. But up to that point, they're as important as our varsity starters. We want them to go out and we want them to have success. And even if they can't make that spot, you've got a Marcus Pup Simmons at a spot, and you can't make that spot. Well, Marcus graduates next year. Now, are you going to be the man? And that's stuff that we've continually try to build them up. Like I said, I'm fortunate enough that our freshmen are on the same schedule as we are, so we get our freshmen every day. They practice with us, and our expectations of them are no less than what it would be a senior.
So you're really rebuilding. You're never really reloading with this amount of depth, and the fact that these guys aren't just sitting around, playing dodgeball in practice. They're wrestling and getting matches and everything else. It seems like you've really built a model for long-term success.
And we hope, and it's ever changing, but right now we feel really good about where we're at. We feel as if what we do and what our cyclical year in and year out thing that we do, we think it's successful. Our goal is to go to an Ironman and win it.
Sure.
And we all know how tough that is. But that's the stuff that we keep striving for. And, of course, winning state championships, big deal.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time with Track Wrestling. You got anything else for me today?
No, sir.
Thank you very much.